Greetings glorious gamers, this is Scarecrow119. Today I'm playing Smite. I'm playing Neith, the Weaver Goddess of the Egyptian Pantheon in the dual lane as the ADC. Looks like we'll go with Bluestone Pendant purely because I like the extra damage. And then we'll go for boots. And then pots. Neith is actually quite a popular god right now. She used to be not that popular, but in recent days she has actually got quite popular. So I did call the solo lane, but the guy who wanted solo went an ADC and then into the dual lane. So maybe we'll just go solo then. Either way, build's still okay. So my number one is going to be my main clear. That basically is a spirit arrow that goes in a straight line and it passes through enemies and it roots also. My number two is a weave. Basically, it's a good form of sustain. It does a little bit damage. My three is a jump. Basically, I backflip and land about the same distance away. And my four is an arrow that can be fired across the map and goes through walls. And we'll probably see that a bit later. So what normally happens in these sort of situations, when Neith kills someone or uses a backflip, she leaves a weave on the ground. The weave is not used as a passive, it does extra effects on certain skills like the number one and number two. So with Neith, the only problem that I've got is I'm quite good at avoiding aggression, but if someone else has a jump, I've got to basically make sure they use their jump to engage on me, because if I use my jump first, they'll just use their jump to re-engage. So we'll take our jump first, just in case, and we'll miss Raven's clear as well. That's good. Right, so we've got the jump on this guy now purely because he was too aggressive. Almost got the kill on him there. She has been quite aggressive here. So I knew I was kind of hoping he would do that. He's been really aggressive in the middle of the lane, right in front of creeps, and he's got no kind of defensive against it as well. So I basically waited till I stood in front of my weave. I knew if he comes across me, I'm just going to fire it in the weave and stun him right there. When you fire your number one into a weave, it basically blows up and does AoE damage. So we've got the jump on this guy now. The only thing is we've got to be keep in mind that my ultimate is not a big burst ultimate. It doesn't do extra damage, and that's how he's able to push him out. But we'll just use our clear. I'm going to start using my number two a lot more for sustain.
Enemy missing middle.
Oh, that's me dead. Yep. Right, so I managed to jump out of that aggression there, that's fine. And we'll just go into level boots and we'll get some pots. I was kind of hoping, I was kind of wondering if the Naja would ult me there. I didn't realise he was only level 3. So we'll run right back to lane and we'll start cleaning up the wave because that Raven's pushing us back up quite far again. I might have a problem with him as the game progresses because he's a warrior, so he's got quite a lot of damage and control when he wants to. And pretty soon the aggressive, the damage from the wave isn't going to make much of a difference, like now. So I used my ult there. What normally happens when you crouch down to use your ult, you basically can target anyone that's within visual range across the map. I wanted to get her off quickly so I could kill him. But if you charge up, you would have probably seen the little bar going round. When you charge it up to full, you basically do full damage.
Killing spree.
So in this sort of stage of the game, I've got the advantage, which is great. I want to take the full advantage of it. So because Raven is like a warrior, he's got a lot of defences, and I want to go into attack speed. I'm going to go executioners. Now I'm going to back off here. I don't know where their jungler is. Take a pot. I'm going to clear out this next wave and then I'll get my buff. I'll just leave a weave here as well. Hopefully he isn't going to just engage on me. No, okay, that's fine. Placing a weave with your jump is a good clear. The only problem is if you're jumping all the time and shooting off your clear all the time, you end up being out of mana, and if you use your dump all the time, it's not a very good idea because you basically leave yourself open for aggression. We'll call. That is that. It's only just getting his buff. That's fine. So clear this wave. So he's got a habit of just aggressing right into me in the middle of the wave. But we'll just go into level balance blade, and that'll be executioners in a little while. Top off our pots a little bit as well. So now that we've got our 1 maxed, we've got a level 2 ult. I'm going to start level up my number 2 for extra sustain. There's no much point leveling up the 3 because it's only an escape. Well, it is useful if it had any sort of utility. It does damage, but not that much, so we'll just go with the clear. And you can see the Bluestone Pendant passive doing the work for us. See, I want to be aggressive when I want to push up, but I don't want to get fucking... Oh shit, that was bad. I tried to backflip there and I got stuck on the wall.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack. Show me what you got. You have slain an enemy.
Yep, so looks like we've got a rotation here. The Naja is totally out of mana. Yeah, so looks like the Janus is on his way. Just stand here at the portal. Is he going to pop through? Nope, that's fine. Okay, we'll just back off then. So because we've just killed the Raven, I'm going to use this opportunity to push down this tower. He's already respawned though, so he should be here shortly. Keep an eye on the sides. I'll just get this turn and we'll back out.
Your team has destroyed
That's
a
right.
right enemy tower.
Bloody spectacular.
So that's us got the first tower down. We're doing really well.
Oh, that is
Now that we've got executioners done, that gives us power, attack speed and penetration. I'm going to go into some kind of lifesteal. We'll probably go with Soul Eater, purely because it gives extra health and attack speed. And also lifesteal, which is great. And then we'll probably look into maybe some penetration. And then maybe some crit. Seeing, depending on how things go. But I'm 4-0 at this point. We're actually the only ones keeping this team on even ground, which is a little bit distressing. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm just let that go. There's no point pushing right up because I'll just be in a really dangerous position. So we'll just get our mana buff. Now, what would normally happen when you've got Neith in a side lane, you want to look for the ultimates because the ultimates can pass through walls. Right, so we'll
Your middle tower is
fire
under
in a jar.
an ally.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
An enemy has been slain.
There's Athena.
Be careful, middle. Okay, 6.
There we go.
What's this?
Right,
Retreat.
that's fine. So that's fine. We managed to. I did ult the Naja there
Be careful, middle.
purely because I wanted to interrupt them. The only
Okay.
problem is that our Thanatos is actually not doing too great. He took a big ult in the face there. Okay.
That's far enough.
So we'll get up in this guy's face now because we've got the advantage. If we could hit an auto attack, that is. Yeah, just back off.
Enemy missing left. Enemy missing left. Enemy missing middle. Dracul.
Rampage.
So that Naja is going to still be around.
Double kill.
I'll just wait for them to push up. So we've got a three-man. We've got a three-manner team,
Your left tower.
which aren't doing too well today. But that's fine.
Wait to me.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back and finish off Soweto. Actually, no, still a little bit going to go. So I'll just use my
Enemy has been slain.
number 1, my number 2 for a little bit extra health. Take a pot. And we'll max up our number 2.
Your left tower is
Oh.
under attack. An ally has been slain.
Okay. Okay.
Define.
So the enemy Janus is actually doing really well this game. I think he's pretty much carrying their team now at this point. Yeah, he's 9-0. He's fucking 9-0. He's totally carrying their team.
Let me fix that face.
All the good work I've been doing has kind of been negated and then some by him. Right, he's gone back, so might as well go back and finish Soul Eater now.
Okay. Okay.
So we've got a good amount of attack speed, we've got lifesteal, we've got a little bit of penetration on the Executioner. So what we want to do next is we want to up the penetration to make use of our damage. Especially against this Raven because he's
Your
a
right
warrior.
tower is under attack.
Always keeping mindful of where the enemy jungler is. And he's gone back. Okay. So there's no point pushing right up to his tower because we'll basically just get rotated on. So we'll just go and get our buff.
Wait for me.
And because I've got nothing else to level up, we'll just go for our number 3 or jump. So we'll see if we can get a pick on this Naja.
Shut down!
Nah, he's basically just build out. So we'd like to get this, push this tower down, but there's not much I can really do without a wave here. So we'll just take out this wave. But I want to go back soon to my own lane because that Raven's pushing up hard. See? So it's probably going to be a lot harder to kill Raven now because he's leveled up. He'll have a few items built. Yeah, he's walking into attack speed, so he will have his passive protections in life just for being a warrior. So he's going to be harder to kill. Yep, that was bad. I was just waiting for him to come closer so I could aggress on him. Nah, I can't hit an auto attack.
An enemy has been slain.
I just can't. So we've pushed up our wave again, so we'll go back to mid because the mid's fighting hard and the dual lane, so we have to try and cover their tower.
An enemy has been slain.
See if we can push down this tower as well now that we've got the creep wave with us.
An enemy has been slain.
They are making ground though, which is great.
An enemy has been slain.
Once we get our penetration up and running, that'll give us the extra oomph and penetration to build up towers.
Your right tower.
Towers don't necessarily have a lot of life, but they do have a lot of protections. And then we'll go back to our solo lane. Then we'll get our level 4 ult. That's fine. So what I would normally do is I would build a stacking item because stacking items give a lot of damage. The only problem is that because I was in a solo lane, I didn't really have the support I would need to get the stacks properly. You know, if I'd taken a stacking item and didn't get an early power spike, I would probably have a little bit of difficulty. And if I'd been unfortunate with if the Raven had been a lot more aggressive, in a smarter way, it would have really punished me. You have to admit, like, when I do like assassins and warriors in the solo lane, but they always seem to have I always seem to have a hard time against mages and ADCs.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I know I always have a bit of hard time when doing that. So we'll have a look at these mid camps as well, and we'll see if we can protect this mid lane. This Janice is probably going to come up.
Enemies incoming left.
An ally has been slain.
Dracu.
Not even at this point.
Double kill. An ally has been slain.
So I didn't actually notice the Raven had come across here.
An ally has been slain. Unstoppable.
Yep.
You're stuck. Dracu.
Right, so we've got to wait they might die me here since I'm low on health. But we should be able to get a bit of life back when we get our heal through. There we go. And some parts from the Cupid is always nice.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So we'll go back and we'll finish off our Titan Spain.
Your left tower is under attack.
Oh, that is so
And then we'll work it, start working into crit. So Neith is actually one of those old school ADCs. I think she was even out before Apollo, and Atmos was one of the first. I know that for a fact, but Neith came a little bit later on. She fell out of favour for a bit of a long time, but in the recent meta, she's come back with a vengeance. She's also started being quite popular in the mid lane, purely because it gives her better access with her ult, which is kind of interesting. The ultimate is one of those things that can really benefit the team without our moving, without moving the lane.
Your left tower is under attack.
It can set up kills quite easily as well.
An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
Right, we'll see if we can help these guys here, but there is
Killing
a
spree.
few of them that are quite high level.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
She fucking caught me on the wall there.
You suck!
Where else did you go? She went this way. But she's just really fucking fast for some reason. Okay, that's fine.
Your left tower.
So we're ready to get our next level of our crit item built. We're probably going to Rage first, and then we'll finish it off with Deathbringer. I've been quite lucky in not getting killed yet. The enemy team have been really focusing on the duo lane for some odd reason. Although that is the best way to go about it, because they have got a few picks on the Gold Fury, but we are only 2k behind, which is great. We've still got all towers as well, but we've got to start bringing out the aggression here. Oh, that's bad.
An enemy. Shut down.
Yeah, we were a little bit too aggressive there, pushed way too far up there.
An ally has been slain. Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed.
Thanatos is just sucking so much dick right now.
Your left tower is under attack. Your left tower has been destroyed.
The problem that this team's having is Thanatos wasn't doing too great, and Thanatos is one of those early game wreckers. If he doesn't wreck, then it's pretty much GG at some point. And the rest of the team, the mid, has just basically been trying to stem the flow of the rotates onto the dual lane, and they're also chasing fights, which isn't good.
An ally has been slain. Double kill.
I don't know why they're chasing fights.
Has been slain.
This is going to be one of the games we've just got to kill that. We've just got to kill the Janus. But Janus is a really tricky god to lock down, purely because of his portals and his ult. His ult gives him lots of CC immunity, so if anyone comes close that he doesn't like, he would just basically start ulting, gives him CC immunity, doesn't get him locked down, and then once he fires his portal, it just fucking goes away. So I was given a second thought there to help pushing up the tower a little bit more, but I knew it was a bad idea, and then my idea was confirmed it was bad when I saw the Raven. Oh, there we go. So we'll ult the Janus, because we know he's a problem. And they're still focusing on the Gold Fury. They need to... No, don't focus on the Gold Fury. No, we can't really fight this. The Kepri's not here anymore. Just... No. Good will hit from the Cupid though. What are you gonna do? Thanatos. Probably gonna die here. Almost had the Janus. One more hit and he would have been dead. But we'll go right into Deathbringer just because we've got the gold, and then we'll get some beads. Why is Kepri fighting alone? Right, so the way this is going, we need to be in the fight a lot more now. We need to put our levels and our damage to use. And Cupid's just standing there. Okay.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, this we're going to have a problem. This Naja and everything's going to be coming online soon enough.
You're soft. Dracul.
The Gold Fury's up again. To watch that Naja. I'm pretty sure that Gold Fury's already down. Yeah.
Attack.
An enemy has been slain.
There's Naja. And there's Athena's right there as well. She's been hiding in the just beyond the ward point. If we can take this tower, if we just hit the tower a bit, because I've got the damage to push this down. Oh. Good to get that. Good spirit arrow, good spirit arrow. Good ult, good ult. Awesome, awesome, that's great. Tank the tower to get free, tank the tower, that's it. We'll get this pushed down as well. And then we'll swing around and have a look at the Gold Fury. We actually might be able to push a Phoenix there. 4 of them are dead. So we'll have a look at that. The Janus is still alive. Come on, Kipri. Nah, fuck it, let's go for them.
Retreat. Dracul.
They could get this. Yeah, they'll be able to get the mid tower. I'll have a look at this Cold Fury. It is still up, it is still up. I should have the damage to push this down on my own.
Team has destroyed a middle enemy tower.
It'll just take a while because it's got loads of life. If we need to keep out the fight, we'll get this pushed down, then we'll join the fight.
An ally has been slain.
That's fine. So we can back out now, safe.
Let me fix that face. Killing spree.
Jesus Christ. I'm expecting a fucking portal to just appear around this wall and kill me. This Janus is still uncalled for. He's still out there somewhere. I need to get some heals. There he is early, that's fine. Pick up the hearts, that's fine. So we've got this game back. We've just got to try and push the edge. We need this Kepler to be more aggressive. He is level 17, so he's not that far behind.
Killing spree.
Dracul.
Oh, there's fucking Athena. Grace here.
Down with tyranny.
So they've all dived out. Although the Thanatos did get the kill on the Janus. I don't know what the hell Cupid's doing.
Has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Is Cupid even part of their three? He is. Cupid's part of their three. Okay. Right, so we've got loads of fucking cash. We'll sell a Brewstone and we'll get Rage. And then we'll finish off Beats. And what other things do we want to get? The Janus is a problem. Trying to lock him down is also a problem. I would be inclined for Weakening Curse because purely because of the slow bit. He's a smart Janus, he just ports out when he's in danger, so it's not going to really make much of a difference. We have got a DC though, the enemy Raven's DC. I don't think he's probably just having a bad game. Didn't want to put up with this game anymore. I'm not too sure if it's a genuine disconnect or a rage quit. Still a really close game though. So that Cupid's out of position again, although in the wrong position. Oh, that was a good hit. Oh, if I should have held it a second longer there, but luckily Thanatos is there to back up the kill. So we'll swing around and get this tower. Without the creeps they aren't doing as much damage, so that's fine.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower.
So they're pretty much all dead. The only one that's alive is Medusa. So we've got the whole team here. See if we can get Spirit out of her. Oh. So it looks like we've got this game locked out. I would be inclined to say that we would have probably have had it anyway, not as soon as this, if the Raven had stayed in the game.
Middle enemy Phoenix.
Yeah, we want to back up here. If we try to get the Phoenix, they'll just swing around and kill us both. Try and help Thanatos get out. I don't think he is.
Your middle and ally has been slain.
This Scooby wants to just stand there and do nothing. Oh, he's gone back. Right, we'll stand here and we'll protect the tower then. The Naja is quite low.
Attack.
He has got the life leech though, which is basically bringing him back up. Oh, he's gone.
Killing
That
spree.
was good, that was great. Awesome. There's Janice. Athena as well. It looks like they're trying to gank me. Can we get a sparrow on this guy? Nope. Oh, you wee bastard. You wee fucking bastard. He was one hit. He was literally one hit. And he fucking ports out like a bitch. Yeah, I didn't blame him. I didn't blame him, but that's why Janice is difficult to lock down. Even if I had creeping cost, he would have still done that. Although, if I'd popped it early on in the fight, I probably would have killed him. So that's something that, if I think we done a little bit more damage than he was expecting, and then he ported out. He probably would have ported out faster. I think the reason he was running around was waiting on backup from the Athena, or trying to get the angle to hit me. Yeah, that just locked him in for the Cupid ult. That's fine. Oh, Cupid, run! Oh, Jesus, that hurt. Oh, that's me dead. Stand in this. No, did I miss it? Life leech. Oh, that's it.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy.
They actually surrendered. They had the game locked out anyway. So, overall, I think we had a really good game there. We dominated our lane early on, then we started to rotate into mid to stop the tower from being pushed down, so we kept our towers up. There wasn't really much you could do. I could have probably taken a teleport to towers. I'll actually just comment this. I love that music, but we can't talk about it. So we were rotating into the mid lane to cover the mid tower and giving the ease of mind to the assist, giving her even more freedom to rotate, which I think helped a lot, because it was a really nasty duo lane. I want to focus on there. The only problem is, because I'm in the solo lane, I want to try and keep my lane up. I want to try and keep my towers up as much as possible, and Raven was constantly in my lane, so it was kind of hard to rotate all the way over to the other side of the map without losing my towers. Once the Raven just basically abandoned his lane and started rotating as well, I did too. I have to admit, I was a little bit late with that. I wasn't up to date with what he was doing. And once we started getting in the fights, we started being able to do the damage, and we were able to get a lot of work done. It was unfortunate that the Raven disconnected from the game. Like I said before, I don't know if it was a rage quit, or I don't know if it was a genuine disconnect. That's up to other people to judge. But the thing is, even though he did leave, we did get the win. I think if he'd stayed in the game, we probably would have got the win either the same. Obviously, because he was dead, because he wasn't in the fights, we were able to get that a lot sooner. But we were at the point we were bringing the game back, we were bringing the goal back, we were bringing the kills back, so we were able to get back into the game as well. Let's have a look at the game stats and see how we did with damage and things like that. That's the wrong button. So to look at our old games, we'll go into profile, history, That's our win there. Right, so 13 kills, 3 deaths, really good. The ISIS was also doing work. The Thanatos, as you can see, had a really, really bad game. And the Cupid was a little bit underwhelming. He's went into a lot of attack speed there with the chin size and the Ishival. It's not really my first choice. He's not got any life leech in there, so it's not really my ideal build. But you know, if it works for him, it works for him. So we'll go to our player stats then. Player damage 32,000, on par with ISIS, and we basically, you can see there that we basically carried the game from there on in. Unfortunately for the Janus, he was fucking a baller the whole game. 47,000 damage, more than anyone on his team, pretty much double the highest competitor in his team by a long stretch. He was 19 and 7. I bet he's absolutely kicking himself at this loss. He's obviously a pretty proficient guy with Janus. It's easy to have good games with Janus if you're really good with him. So I'm not taking that away from him. He's obviously done a lot of the work to get proficient with Janus. It's not something I'm really good at this point. I need more practice. It's unfortunate that the Ravener did disconnect, but I think even if he hadn't disconnected, we still probably would have won it. It would have probably taken us an extra 5 or 10 minutes though. So there's not really much I could say with my gameplay. I thought it was actually pretty good. There's obviously a lot of bits of mistakes in position and things like that you really need a replay and a closer look at to really get that ground out and down. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that game. As far as the other team is concerned, Raven had a bad game. That's quite apparent. He just didn't know how to aggress properly in the lane. He was just ulting. He was just hitting me for no reason. I was standing in the wave, basically waiting for it. After a point, once he hit me a couple of times and I got the kill off him, I was basically just waiting for him to hit me so I could kill him. Raven really needs to learn how to manipulate the wave properly when he's fighting in the solo lane. He needs to know that you can't just punch people and kill them. You've got to be aware of the creeps. The creeps are the true winners in these games. You know, the creeps give you the power to push. The creeps give you the body blocking that you need when you're in a lane and you're trying to run away. So you've got to learn how to deal with the creeps properly and how to clear them out properly before you aggress. You know. So I have to admit that it was an easy game. It was a bit of an easy game on my part. I did have the advantage over the Raven early on, and I made full use of that advantage. He wasn't being careful, and he basically got punished for it. Hope he does learn the lesson for the next time though. But anyway guys, I hope you did like the replay, I hope you did like the commentary and the gameplay, and I hope you like, subscribe and comment and join us again next time, and as always, GG.